Cyclone Amphan enters Odisha and Bengal. Indian Navy and NDRF taking utmost precautions. Assam witnesses spate in corona cases, registers 42 new active cases in the last 24 hours. Corona terror continues in country along with the world. More than 50 lakh cases live affected across globe. Tripura State Cabinet to provide relief to farmers renames Tripura Fire Services. And Meghalaya declares COVID-free. State Chief Minister says Meghalaya still falls in orange zone. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ashutosh Sharma with the details. Updating on the cyclone, DG NDRF SN Pradhan said the cyclone is expected to make a landfall today between Digha in West Bengal and Hatia Island of Bangladesh. He said rains and wind have picked up in coastal Odisha. IMD predicts that the water could rise 4 to 6 meters. Navy is on high alert for cyclone relief efforts on the east coast. The Eastern Naval Command ENC is in high degree of readiness to render necessary humanitarian assistance. Ships are embarked with additional divers, doctors, inflatable rubber boats and relief materials that include food, clothes, medicines, blankets, etc. in sufficient quantities. Prime Minister has taken update regarding the situation and has taken widespread initiatives on precautions.
हमारी जो टीमें हैं वो इवैक्यूएशन का काम में सहायता दे चुकी हैं और उड़ीसा में जो लास्ट फिगर मिला है 1.25 लाख से 1,20,000 तक के संख्या को इवैक्यूएट किया जा चुका है और इसी तरह जो बंगाल सरकार से डेटा प्राप्त हुआ है वो 3,30,000 का है जिनको इवैक्यूएट किया गया है। जो चिंता का विषय है वो ये है कि हवा के साथ साथ स्टॉर्म सर्ज की बात है और स्टॉर्म सर्ज जो होता है ये आज अमावस्या होने के चलते आज दक्षिण छोटा नागपुर और सागर आइलैंड और काकद्वीप आइलैंड में जो टाइडल वेव्स आएंगे या स्टॉर्म सर्ज आएगा वो 4 से 6 मीटर के होने की संभावना है जैसा आईएमडी ने प्रेडिक्ट किया और अमावस्या होने के चलते ये थोड़ा सा चिंता का विषय है। पानी
Cyclone storm Amphan is approaching at a high speed. Bhadrak in Odisha and Paradeep are experiencing heavy rainfall. Along with Odisha, West Bengal is also being affected by this cyclonic storm. The people from the northeastern region have also been asked to take precautions. Presenting a story by our correspondents Dwena and Momita.
Along with COVID-19 outbreak, there is another danger in the form of super cyclone is looming over the sky, and it can be seen mostly in India and Bangladesh alongside Bay of Bengal. In India, West Bengal and Orissa are mostly affected, and if we talk about the northeastern part of India, according to Met Department, Assam and Meghalaya will have some impact with heavy to heavy rainfall on Thursday. And to know more about what's happening in West Bengal, let's cross over to our colleague Momita Bishwas.
Cyclone Amphan is merely to hit the coastal areas of West Bengal and Orissa today. The Met Department has informed that around 4 to 7 p.m. the cyclonic Amphan will be hit the coastal areas of West Bengal and Orissa. Currently we are in Kolkata. Heavy rainfall has been measured from morning itself, not only in Kolkata, the adjacent districts of Kolkata has also measured a heavy rainfall. If we talk about the coastal area regions, around lakhs of people has been evacuated from the coastal areas. They have been taken to the higher ground from the lower grounds. Relief camps has been made. Some schools, some hostels, some hotels has also made relief camps out of there. So if you talk about the overall situation regarding the cyclone Amphan, yes, the state government along with the central governments are working. The NDRF and the SDRF teams are working to evacuate and take all precautionary measures to tackle down this emergency situation. This is Momita Biswas for DD News, Kolkata.
Corona cases continue to rise in Assam. The last 24 hours witnessed a total of 157 cases, including 42 new active COVID-19 cases. Out of these active cases, 20 are from Guwahati, 7 from Kamrup and 2 each from Jorhat, Golaghat, Nagaon, Hojai, Bishwanath, Nalbari and Karimganj. There is one patient from Kokrajhar. The COVID-19 scenario in Assam is rapidly changing. The rate of affected patients are on a constant rise. In order to cope up with such a situation, the state government is taking up various steps, leaving no stone unturned. In this regard, here is a report by our correspondent Kamal Bora.
The fight against COVID-19 in Assam has become more challenging for state government because each and every day the number of COVID-19 infected persons is increasing at a very faster rate. If we talk about Tuesday, 42 persons have been detected so far, and this was the highest in a single day so far. But the matter of relief is that most of the cases were in quarantine center. However, we are hopeful that the preparedness being maintained by state government anticipating such a huge changes in the scenario will definitely get some relief to the people in Assam. This is Kamal Bora for DD Assam.
In India, a total of 106,886 people are affected by COVID-19. The death toll rose to 3,303. The number of people who have recovered is 42,309, whereas 61,274 people are still active carriers of COVID-19. Till date, Maharashtra has recorded death toll of 1,325, whereas Delhi is at 168 people. The recovery rate is close to 40%. Till date, COVID-19 has affected a total of 50,04,557 lives across the world. According to reports, the death toll is 3,26,391. Even though people are recovering through treatment, about 25,35,038 people are still affected by COVID-19 virus. The number of recovery cases are 21,43,128. Following the announcement of the 20 lakh crore economic stimulus package by the Prime Minister, a meeting was convened by Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal with bank officials, including banks like RBI, SBI and NABARD at Administrative Staff College in Guwahati on Wednesday. The Chief Minister discussed threadbare as to how to make use of the funds in the agriculture sector, SHGs and medium and micro industrial units. Discussion was held as to how the banks would extend loans to the beneficiaries and preparation of guidelines for this purpose. The Chief Minister urged the banks to adopt a humane approach while helping the people in distress so as to make them independent. The Chief Minister emphasized on the need to make available the benefits of the economic package to the grassroots level. Discussion on how to forge ahead on the economic front by holding talks with the committee constituted by the Finance Department also took place. In Tripura, at least 4 returnees from Chennai were found COVID-19 positive on Tuesday. 850 samples were tested and among them 4 persons have tested positive. The 4 persons who were found COVID-19 had returned from Chennai in Shramik Express train. The patients are now undergoing treatment. This was stated by Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb on Twitter. As many as 27 COVID-19 patients were discharged from Bhagat Singh Youth Hostel, which was turned into a COVID-19 care center under GB Hospital's supervision. With reports of improvement in health conditions, at least 27 of them were discharged from the hospital today. As of now, patients are undergoing treatment in Tripura. The Tripura State Cabinet meeting on Tuesday decided to procure over 20,000 metric ton paddy directly from farmers at MSP of Rs 18.15 per kg. An amount totaling Rs 36.30 crores will directly go to the farmers of the state. The paddy procurement drive will begin on May 26 this year. Meanwhile, the State Cabinet has decided to rename Tripura Fire Services as Tripura Fire and Emergency Services under Home Department. Speaking to the reporters today, Law Minister Ratan Lal Nath said that the decision was taken in a cabinet meeting after amendment of the rules of executive business of the government of the state of Tripura 1972. The Manipur Health Department has identified 130 institutional or government quarantine centers that can accommodate around 7,000 patients. In view of the unprecedented number of returnees from outside the state, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today inspected the hostels inside the Manipur University to see the feasibility of converting hostels as institutional quarantine centers. Meanwhile, as per information received from the Directorate, 33 institutional quarantine centers which have the capacity of 2,000 people are effectively functioning. The state government has also identified 130 quarantine centers in various parts of the state. A release issued from the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program stated that 4,163 people are admitted in various community quarantine centers till today. The number of people currently in government quarantine centers or institutional quarantine centers is 1,490 and no reports of home quarantine at present. 385 truckers and 234 commuters were screened at Mao Gate on Monday, 239 truckers and 27 commuters at Jiribam, 4 truckers at Jesai. The total number of persons screened at Mao was 64,999, Jiribam 11,871 and Jesami 144. Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong on Monday said that the state government will not allow interstate movement till May 31st. He informed that at the moment only trucks bringing essential commodities will be allowed to enter the state. Meanwhile, the Deputy Chief Minister said that the Minister of Railways is yet to approve the request made by the state government for operating of special trains from other parts of the country. He informed that as of now, the Ministry of Railways has approved special trains only for Chennai, Gujarat and Bangalore. Tinsong also informed that the state government has set up 2 new screening centres at Nongstoin and Mairang, additional to the existing screening centres at Bernihat, and will cater only to those from southwest Khasi Hills and Rebhoi district. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma said that the state is now free from COVID-19 after the last positive patient tested negative for the virus on Monday. However, the Chief Minister said that this is not an achievement and advised everyone to be cautious and on high alert as there is a long battle ahead. With the 12th patient testing negative and declared recovered, the number of active COVID cases in the state is 0. Meanwhile, Sangma said that Shillong will still be in orange zone and will only be declared as green zone once the state completes 21 days from the last positive case. The Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC on Tuesday provided financial assistance to 25 migrant workers in the state who were departing from the state at Imphal. General Secretaries of MPCC Devabrata and Hareshwar Goswami handed over rupees 1,000 each to the migrant workers who were heading to Uttar Pradesh, Bengal and Bihar. Briefing the migrant workers before their departure, Devabrata said that Congress leaders have instructed MPCC to extend all possible help to those stranded migrants who will be leaving Manipur. MPCC has provided financial assistance to help migrants in their journey so that Congress workers in other states also extend help to stranded Manipuris in their respective states, he added. He further said that the party will continue to help other stranded workers in days to come. During the third lockdown, the Commerce Department of Tezpur Central University organized a 5-day online teachers training program. This was conducted with the intention of improving online teaching skills. The training was attended by 186 candidates along with professors from various colleges and educational institutes, which concluded on May 15th. To end the news, the headlines once again. Cyclone Amphan enters Odisha and Bengal. Indian Navy and NDRF taking utmost precautions. Assam witnesses spate in corona cases, registers 42 new active cases in the last 24 hours. Corona terror continues in country along with world. More than 50 lakh lives affected across the globe. Tripura State Cabinet to provide relief to farmers, renames Tripura Fire Services. And Meghalaya declared COVID-free. State Chief Minister says Meghalaya still falls in orange zone. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.